090 Asantemantem Bosheba headquarters no sia bo kase ene de be so mo sabre yenkohwede edi akotene e wo kase yi emo His Excellency Nado Dankwa Ekufuado and South Africa Mampenyi almost Israel and Hamas and Tawantawano. One munyai na emwama one year prepare no hiamwano one more enya emwa. Sanso ena yebeko yenenimo na yekwa yenimo. Dum sie ena ekoso wei eyasamo energy minister Ghana and wade ne swafo ede yabetuga. Na yako yenenimu a Comfort Teaching Hospital and the one year on who ya dear omoko ya doctors eni ho dear na esia omuso omo hwehwe adan adedemo yako eye amane ensem US minor dear na esia owura Joe Biden oye omano mampanyini Donald Trump hwan ena ebekọ nanimu ewa bato ewo wonum animu no e dear na ebesie yebekọ ne akwa akohwede ekoso ewo ho Enyumre yemfasida emenyumekwa ekrai mu Bosheba Electricals enkania papa fie kania be na opani nyina bi wo Bosheba Electricals Asantemantem Adum Bosheba headquarters yemfro 0322 030838 0536095966 Ghana lookalike Jumedia yeyen wo Oyerepa TV Promise TV so kwasi ada bia ya na wahwe bi enyumre no sia kan na eda so hwa no ato ama favorite contestant Ghana lookalike Jumedie no efepa sanso ena the young minister so Jumedia woni a woyan kwada wo kire kwan obefa so akanyame asem akire oman etwe akra amo trade ampon nyankropon eno so no mienu kwasi ada kan na yeyi wohwe bia na wato ama favorite contestant mede edi Piesie Lardi memba mu nyina ajo ensem no enchiremu enie Yenshase enfri asumdwe ensemu yenya yenim se Israel and Hamas entawantawan se so de ye ojambom asumdwe enyamai His Excellency Jubilee House Megida na understand kwa Ekufuado Ghana mampanyi South Africa mampanyi womo aya no kro efrese asumdwe emram potemo se de be ya woni e wo prepra woni e ohiamwa ye betimi de bi akoma wonom
about developments in Israel and in Palestine, the taking of hostages and the killings in Palestine are jeopardizing the prospects of a comprehensive solution to this age-old conflict, which is the advancement of the two-state solution as the definitive solution to this conflict. There is a need for all of us to work together to make sure that out of the current crisis, not only the outline, but the substance of the two-state solution to this conflict emerge. And I'm equally concerned about developments in Sudan, which is witnessing the displacement of tremendous numbers of people, and in fact the flight of Sudanese nationals to neighboring countries, which is in fact impinging even on those of us who are relatively far from the conflict in Sudan. We're equally concerned, of course, about the stalemate in the situation in the Western Sahara. We had hoped that the re-engagement of Morocco in the affairs of the AU would help in accelerating a solution to the stalemate. The contrary has happened, and it is a matter of great concern, which requires once again our collective response. I've come here today, Mr. President, to reaffirm our
And some way called so our South Africa, Pretoria, a ho ena aman penny for me anyway, Omokosen scientiasia apam, Nantiasia pamlina, and say, Emreko Emraba and Kitabudia wa Ghana and the South Africa and Temuno, Omo age nemu no mashimukena, said a beya asundria Bekoswa, ada amaimi and Temu.
The reports received from the senior officials meeting and the signing of agreed meetings of the ministerial meeting, as well as the 5 signed memoranda of understanding, are indications that our brotherly countries are committed to strengthening further the existing bilateral relations between us. In this regard, I commend the technical expertise of the senior officials, led by the chief directors and the able foreign ministers, in engaging each other in August 2023 and in the past few days to discuss pertinent matters of interest which would inure to the benefit of political and socio-economic developments, as well as the defense and security interests of our countries and peoples. I'm indeed pleased to learn that our two sides have decided to formalize engagements on education, health, and mining under the Bi-National Commission, and hopefully soon on housing as well. The agreements and understandings reached here will undoubtedly open up for collaborative effort that will benefit not only our two countries, but also the wider African continent. We have explored opportunities to hold political consultations in order to exchange views on regional and international issues of mutual interest.
Yanko ahwodenie kase emo ne dwumadie bi ekoso efa ahwodenie ene abefo nimdie ensem eho enam so ema Ghana ahwodenie so for Dr. Matthew opoku prempe ekoho ene odi tudwa se na nsenkane adundum no enye dum so enti ba so miensuro nemom eyedum siesie.
When it comes to electricity, we've been challenged for some time. Before His Excellency got into office, we faced a situation where we literally had 3 days off, 1 day on or half day on electricity.
Is that what you call dumso?
That is the only Ghanaian.
That's the only Ghanaian word I know.
But we've moved from dumso, rather. We've moved from dumso. We are at the situation called dumsiesi. But we also have 88.75 electricity access rate in the country. Huge country. And we are starting to feel the effects of taking electricity to almost all the nooks and crannies of the country. But because we came from such a challenged position, a lot of contracts were signed to bring on energy. But when you look at the electricity value chain, it's not only generation. You have to supply the generators with the fuel. And then you hear solar, you hear wind. Some are even talking about geothermal, nuclear, gas, crude oil, coal. And we can talk about all these sources of fuel for electricity generation. Africa abounds in all of them. Yet, we are the most energy poor continent in the world. And we pay the highest for energy or electricity in the world.
Minister, let me stop you there and ask you this question. You're not just a minister for Ghana, you're an African minister, you're well respected, not just across this continent, but across the world. When you speak, when you get in the room, everybody takes notice. In those close rooms with your colleagues, what is missing?
Ewosa ahwodenie dwumadie yase na Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe Ghana ahwodenie sofo edi tudwa se ebibrem ha de ye de ahwodenie eho kapa ewose ye bribi efa ho.
Lower carbon dioxide emissions and energy demand. Globally, energy transition is challenged in several ways, including limited technology capacity, low productivity, weak capital markets, and high input costs. In addition to these, Africa is particularly saddled with high energy deficits, inadequate human capital, and lack of green energy infrastructure. These have to be dealt with through policy and regulatory reforms, physical market development, and incentives to achieve sustainable consumption and production of energy at national, sub-regional, and continental levels. Ghana's energy transition framework, ladies and gentlemen, focuses on green manufacturing and introduction of new technologies such as carbon capture, utilization and storage, nuclear power, gas for transportation and electricity and generation, e-mobility, charging infrastructure, clean cooking stoves, and
Afei apomden kase Confonochi Teaching Hospital ene udru hodman na yare ho ene se woni a wokohwe won ho yade wonum ekodru honum no na se ayere ama wonum e de be na asie doctors wonum ama adwuma Godfred enim ekọ honum
bia na ne wo hwe ni mu se obabeja ahwe wo Confonochi abanya asabia ena wode adhwede to mpanifo nim se ensem ekoba ya ama doctor for de ona de agu ho no mpanifo hwe se be ya obetimi aka efise ne obepie mu ha no onya doctor for ema won hwe wo
mesa twa passenger ba ko no sika ede eso na mfo sentimi check na aseme ka 2.150 na ba beduru a ese o mo se o nya adwuma bio mesa ko eno kra me do ba de na mboa sika no na mba sa beduru ha no ese men sanko enen na otwemi unu men san pampa tina de wo mu no na ade ameme kan se be aba no sole njinam eduru ba bia se be ye na yewu no betima kasa aba na ka ho bi eni yewu because obi yale ye de na beduru ha wie ye say doctors across slack e dey ntina wo say basa
ha me because me yes surgery na check akra anke wo say omo hwe ne ma me ba because my bomako strike so omanti me anhwe me release next time me body no maba so yes penny first omo brand back no mo mehwe na yapom di hu hia pa
na kwasemu ne ade ha adwen pa said the first ya baji ha na doctor for nisi hwe no ene ntisa ene nyama sesa kura nti amaya boto pa ye hunu de ye nti pan fon mu na nsi fom na mo ne doctor for nkasa na mo nya mo apede mo hwe ye ne yesu ye nya yapom den because nkola ne ye yire num ne man ne papa num nyina no ye nwanum nyina yare ese ye je adwuma nyina bade kakra ye kono ye je adwuma nyina betena nkola ye ho a ye hwe mo yesu ye ba ye doctor for ntumi enti ye ne hwe ye nti ye nri de ekọ ti ye sre ne mpanyimfo omo nya den omo hwe doctor for ne nimpa pom de ne de hia pa because won nya pom de obeyeda kwa adwuma
twemu mufa efombo mu hu ase na emergency center patients are being no omo hwe wo mo any doctor sine kasa we very sure so be obehappy no ubenya ke ansana wako na de hia ne se sa asemi a omo de abetu mpanifo nyina no ye ni bebre na yetimaka na yi atoyi na regime am de ma wo mo say ene ye series of meetings emra ye bia ye ko ye last one ye kwa ne ko boy 11 p.m. ye nya ahotoso se normal ha doctors no da wekesi na wo the nyamine am de betu mpanifo ni nyina no in the course of the day sa no mani nyina no will be resolved ama ye atoyi
NTPRO ema Confonochi abanya sabia ori akwa me frempon na ne ne kasa no o chirim se omugun kasa yeso omne mpanifo kasa hwe be ya ombesi sa hawo na no na obo adoctor fo na no ba se enya de a obetu doctor ni bia wa bra onya dai bi ema no Godfred enim enemedin Oyerepa television
Yanko edidie ne kakra ebedie kase emo Dr. Brian Echampon Ghana awokota ne aduane soafo na City FM breakfast show so no de koto dwa se ene uko abonte okoto aduane adokono pafo ba ko 2 series obedia mben amon se wadidi esanse aban no abo ama aduane abu a ebro so abu ewo mayimo yanko hwe.
But what about maize? There's a glut of maize. It means that it's the glut I'm talking about that is stuck with the farmers. Okay, there's a lot of maize out there, and look, if you look at the prices of maize at the moment, it tells you that we have quite a lot of maize on the market,
including maize for poultry feed.
I mean, yes, the maize is available.
I'm told the yellow maize is what they use for the poultry feed. Because
it's relatively cheaper by about 20 cedis and thereabouts. So every poultry farmer will prefer that. But there's indeed maize in the system, and that is why price of maize is not going up. And indeed, for the first time, you see that the price of kinky, which never happens, is actually going down.
No. We did the kinky. We read the kinky research. Kinky prices have consistently increased. The size has reduced. The price has increased from 2, 3 to 5.
You buy kinky from Piesie and other places.
No. The guy did the research across the Greater Accra region. I even interviewed him. I've read the report.
We are on the ground. I have.
So what's the average ball of kinky price in Accra? It's about 4 cedis.
The average is actually 3 cedis because you can get kinky for 2 cedis. No, I'm saying
even the cheapest place for kinky was Teshi, and Teshi you get kinky for 3.
No,
we did this study.
But I'm saying I'm not here to argue about that. I can find you kinky for 2 cedis this afternoon.
I'm happy to eat it.
Okay, and I can get you kinky for 4 cedis. I can get you kinky for 5.
And the size? What's the size of the 2 cedi ball?
But I'm saying we're talking about the average price of about 600 grams of kinky. Okay, and I'm saying that you can get that size depending on where you go. If you want boutique kinky, the price is different. If you want my mile 7 kinky, the price is different. But kinky price is averaging about 3 cedis, not 4 cedis. But if you look at the price of base, okay, kinky prices should have been
much lower.
But there are a myriad of factors that is causing that, and we intend to deal with it.
Let me just understand your.
Ene na dokuno 2 cities wo mudi a kowa ya chi abenchi obi abedidi na enkobusa se eye no kre sadokuno ene ye bobi pafo 2 Ghana cities ana Isaac Ejeni Boaten ene ama Boatema Georgina eko woni a wo ye dokuno e wa santemantam ha baabi ene binum kodi nkomo
ene Dr. Brown a champion our a great minister Edin Sembi abetudwa na ni nsema wode abetudwa ni nyina ne say e brobo ayefo enti amadok no bo nso ayefo enti e bani ene wo mo tonka doko ni bi abedi nkomo say eyampa sesesi ano doko no bo ayefo enam e brobo nso ayefo no enti e ba ni abetie o manfo ni bi adwentre
enje damba fo mbebresa because yeah boy day and none of it to be biao nti ubewie no ena ebi po ho awunya bibia ne odbeto aduana ma oma no a wo ntena fie mo bi hu se wo tena fie wunya bi mpo ankakra na wo nem na wo ye
nti first no na bro no moto ne sen boto no kese no sesi anso moto ne sen
ebro ndi se ebro mo ba yetio mutumite so ebro ni yedada na ne bo no ekoso nti ebro bo ndi engineer faako engineer faako
nti esi ano dokro no mo bo ne sen
ye bo no 5 cedis ne 4 cedis na e bo
nti sesi ade mo 3 cedi bi
3 cedis dokro ndi jaibo ye bo 4 and 5
adenti na sesi mo 3 cedi bi
ni sesi ebro boy ahaban eja enso bibia eno na obetu wom na wo 3 cedis a da be na obetiti akonya sa enye bi etu wapa afoka ani wajina afoka nti eja 3 cedis ni eje na ba
nti ensema wo kan nyina chese ebrobo no edaso wosro pa
enkofom sa enkofom ko se nyoma ni nyina wosro enda wo konyam a efidie ebenya mebroi enda wo konyam na boarding nti eno aso na yetiti wo se si ejina 1 point memfans ejira 6.5 next week wo kwana oba na se ebro ni bi ama obetumi atum na che se ebro ni de week bi ayo tumutum bi amount ni atum nti ebro bon de nse de nyina fa ko se
nti dokun de kura me ye say
4 cedis
na kane na nkawe na kamo de baje say
3 cedis
nti eba ne se na se ade every 3 cedi akodu 4 cedi
so wa o hwe a se bi ewia sisi ko yi de enema nko yi na ebro na anytime bi a week bi ayo tum nti na ama na basta
ti omo ba beto kenken na ye omo complain se ne board ana asese
pa omo ka mo se ne bo ayedin god kenken wo beti Jessica efrim wo beti bibi efrim nti wa anya ne sanso wo nso nya bi mfrim nti na ama na basta
nti ye hwe ne tono kane no se ne omo si bi to kenken ye na edien pa na concept
Anene koze se nipa no ba no boa ye den nti obenya ho de first no oto ne sa bi onto ne sa nti se ama ne ama nyina kofom ye to bottle no ye wo mienu kokko ye de ye 75 ye to ne 75 the 75 no to a o de ya o ka se 75 we na boroso sana enyi mokuno board moku 56
edia meje so ene amaboatma Georgina
Ora Samuel Abdullahi Chinapo wonde hwe Ghana ensase ene oboade abobremu nepa atenaye ene Ghana mrahye bedwafie na wo yi nsem bi ano efa Prisia Bogoso mine na efom agudie adwuma na wonum edie se nei enya adwuma biom Osikudi ba wasaba sikasemti enene ama enye adwuma biom no.
Mr. Speaker, having reviewed the agreement after assuming office, I took the view that the agreement required the approval of the Public Procurement Authority. Accordingly, by a letter dated 1st March 2023, the Ministry wrote to the Public Procurement Authority to ratify the agreement by granting approval to engage Anok Holdings Company to repossess encroached public lands for government. Mr. Speaker, by a letter dated 3rd May 2023, the Public Procurement Authority granted the said approval, subject to a review of the consideration from 25%, which was applicable as far back as 2012, to 15%, which will be applicable from 2023. The Ministry engaged the company and reached an agreement to apply the 15% retrospectively to the date of the agreement. Accordingly, Mr. Speaker, although the company was granted 25% of land successfully reclaimed since its engagement with the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources in 2012, under the current agreement and under my watch, which was executed on 26 June 2018, the Ministry grants the company 15% of land successfully reclaimed from encroachers as consideration for its services, which includes the payment of resettlement allowances by the company where necessary, the cost of clearing the land, and the cost of protecting the lands from further encroachment.
Yemfrim Rashebedwem honom Emmanuel Koku Ansankra to ya wode breye mu na yanko Northern Region atifi do mantem tamale ne nempotemo na Syria Islamic Basic School ewo gumbi hini ewo tamale brono ba akoso esua fortress mu ade ama wonum yayi karifi textbooks a wo de besua de ebi ni ho ya kare ohiamwa na mutum dan wa hye ni mutum oni panuane nipa
Impeningful hours who ponimu Eden Samitugwa Bre Waye Quran graduation ceremony ewo na Syria Islamic Basic School ening ewo Gombihini ewo Tamale Nkrum Kumani bimu Jemedina sene achechirefo ene impeningful ho editugwa chere se ekame akwa yese Islamic School na enenga ho no ihanya mahororo na wofo ni aban ayi wongani di ama wonga imprembring ama disuani adechire akachi ochirechire ni baako ane dingni Haruna Tafiatu Okasai na wachiro hawa ahoro enengo kumu.
Our main problem is the, let's say, the chair and the furniture that you have just mentioned. The furniture, when it comes to, let's say, teaching and learning materials, we also need them. You understand? And then we also have challenges with to some extent, we have challenges with let's say, the chairs and then all those kind of things. So we would have wished that, the Islamic education units, every year they do, let's say, national service and all those kind of things. At least for them to post out some of the national service personnel to come and then support. You understand? Though some of us are, like for me, I'm into different fields, but every time I'm here, just to make sure that this school, it has, let's say, it always continue to do the best.
Enengachi and Al Hassan Abdel Nasser, and so a day at the Seretu Awofu and Miss Washan Wam said the Abaya Islamic in its way and what the Mamufrano, a bit in Akonkang Ewo.
Almost all the teachers in the school are qualified teachers in the school, but sometimes it's like the parents support. It's like the parents are not serious about education. sometimes you give them homework, they can go and come back with the work not done. And then, so we need the parents to always support. The teachers are doing well. And most of the times we buy books for them, for the people. And then sometimes we even give them money to buy. They don't take education serious. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Afei amanyosem amanyoko a friend movement for change afafanto amanyoko Biokra Frankamo eye ora Alan Kojo Tremanten waden into abo ene na machinchina from Montemo Volta region Japan ne ho ene ode to omanfo anim se Japan textiles adwumako kase a na wono ye ntoma no ene adwuma na ye mrekojo to a na eye aban ekwa wono manso mu won to aba ne ma no na oba jindade yazo emrepa ebeba ma wono
Nama baba Islam. Said the Munim. Japoni Alandia. Japoni Alandia. Yeah, Bapo. Muamunim said. President Kopo Bresson. Tama Japon. Factual. Na enye dubano nia na me bae esabe bie da contact ama da ya botasta na ense the free abamu sabre no a ndc bae no normal koye ana yesaba bio susu no yetamu ma se na ye investors on between abeso factory no say the ya adwuma no be sam be bio we did say Richard now I am former FC ana DC ono nam say ofri aha na sabi onim adwuma Japan eyema kro hamintino say ono ne board chairman the woman's a minimum about Mubiodia. Naso Japan, Volta South Factory, and the Makuma Sopa. I don't think there be many chaser. A prayer about one ama the young vessels are my best now on my picture humanity. If I said, I do not be a Dimupa. Sabio Yawo, Hanwa, a Magana, when he said, and only factory part, the year at the whole Ghana. Oman, it's me a year, and Tumano, Edema, GTP, and the Apostle Texas for a Momusu, a 3D on Bergman. I said, what were the Namian, a buying beer, and I saw man and Nico. Now, make my army say, December. Japan for Monka Ghana phone now. Namoma Alamba president. When you say that, Japan Muda Makomaso, Salina municipality, city ground, city state of France.
Schools ahodoa ensha banse de broni friend private schools no afibia otuna otwisi ho no do edi wonum enna akakai ensensem ha wonum eni ade afi wonum edibi na asantemantam omudibi e wa hanom a afrancho ebi so ekoso efija kwabre south mensi no emon na Ghana National Association of Private Schools womo trefo asantemantam eni Owura Nicholas Bamboni was said ye onye amanyo sompisa wa obeboa na eto akase a wode to ankrankra school so no ubeye firi ho no obeto abano e de amawo
Mr. Nicholas Bambuni oyetitine niema ankrankra suku nkabumuku a ewo efija kwa South no ansan ye ochrochro ema Ghana memu ha ankrankra suku nkabomuku no ekasa na wo kire se ankrankra suku ana private schools ewo memu ewo ha pa na afi ye abato afi wa manyoku abeboa na wayi ehawa eda wonso afri wonso no wo mom no mbeto aba ede amawo
how bibre Your schools no egu. Private schools egu. Na the entity na egu no say taxes no doso. Taxes are buying no. And also, too much. Too much. NTC teacher near Obaba Chiradi, our private schools. You say, 250 Ghana cedis. Are they? 250 Ghana cedis. Saskano, are they? Private schools. You say, you register, abandon free. You enter 214 cedis as registration fee for our candidates. What is happening? What is happening? Last year, 170 Ghana cedis. Last year. This year, 2024. Mabaya, you are telling us 214 Ghana cedis. Sir, afiwe, yaba tuaba. Yaba abana yaba batuno. Ye as private schools no yaba ware. Private schools me say yaba heading yaba ware. Na ware na yaba ware ne say, wo political party baba ware ye. Ya gina hai. Enema ye panie. So oba yes anema na ma ye bia. Ena yes yaba ware. Na wan yes anema ni bia ena ware na emba so.
Eno na chi no ena Mr. David Akomia Asukwa ye District Education Director e Ofijakwa Abre South enso kasa na wo se aban ni say ankra suku mo from wo Ofijakwa Abre South no senka aban e be hwe na wa ye bibi e de aboa wo mo a anka be ye ne de amanani age
e be hwe wo mu kwan se e modern bo mo bo ma ya tete Ofijakwa Abre South e ma a ye Ghana for ma no ye hwe wo mu kwan e wo pa Ofijakwa Abre South ya schools no me buy masasa bi bebrebe nyanko ni nyina de na uwe school bi mo dum se omo no ma adan sie no mo ho no e de be doso na se akwachiri uko ba bi so afi na ebi mo esisi omo dan uko ba bi so wo mfifi o mabo ahye ababo na se ye meka na se yenhye omu nya nkuran eye Ghana dwumadi no mu di abo ayen nti na die de meka na se na omu di omu wiki megina aban na mu wo district ashe omu nkuran so omo nkoso na mo bi omodi bu bia no omo na ha omo ye adwumade bia wudi a ha do bem but ha no e ma na ha na dwen say titrumofo na ye tete omo amagana e man no
yanko oman chichiriye mo ye ko Eastern region epoye mantemo oda abatom pesua no so emrahye bedwani honorable Alexander Akwasi Akwa wose ne mpuntuo oman puntuo nti wa record na enti meka say wasopaso mu atwa homa mu ama aboabu kromu wo akwan wo beye ne kama de ama wono
ase kwani ko se kwa beshe for na so wonye ye awenye fiinye abuna adansi e wo hose empuntu nyuma be de akoso awa chimda ni yakasa bi bi boto sika na shase na ye ka uyi wada na wada kwa fimu amayo semno ebi kwayo mo fa so ye nyina ne se wo mo pe kwa bi so twu ba fo wo mo ni hwi ya wo ni ma mai no wo mo die kwayo mo fa so ye amayo semno se o be twu aba fo adie bi a wo ye bi e di puntu o be bi di bi ya no eno na o mo ya ho na wo eko kwanta wo ni bi wo ha wo no wo friend do no yido for only she my woman for that's it na ye the hose ye be ya my yourself punto after on my no giant ye juma esa se juma ye ya e hon paso no o mai nyina beto so ababi senia ona mo kwasi apa na aboabo mai da na tuma so na aboafofo na bochi edi na chi ben fi mi ese a twenu na e propofi se yo ka so be ya na ebe ene ka mi sa yes e che kra ebebe dia na ye ri dia na da ya kuma so dia na da o mai kuma so dia da abuafu ni bi akuma so se da ben na ye se be ya ko ta da dia tu eri kan person mu a abuafu pe ni ni ko ta na so nde ende dey o yame akasa yame wakasa o see Oka or yo or Sisua or yo. Then they say, I don't be a woman of a fire in this video. They are on a book of Japanese dog. The power one Jaffa above my home and for what's our country of whom to see us. The clinic or actually a bear.
Zani kaswa yeko edwaso kaswa na de dadi edwaso de esanse wo bu nkonta achese amansa nyina Ghana yenya ayena yefango bo wo fom chese yetoso aduasa enkron 39th position ena yewo Isaac ona echre ensemimu ye
Imbrembren ababetogwa acherese Ghana etosudu ewo bibrim amang ahorowa frango bo eye fo papa ewo ho wei eye nsam ahorowa global petrol prices edi ababetogwa na wuyi edu a Ghana toso ewo bibrim amang na imbrembren Ghana toso eduansa enkron ewo wiase afana nyina amang ahorowa frango bo eye fo papa na imbrembren petrol bo ewo man Ghana mu efi 12 Ghana cedis erekokosi 13 Ghana cedis per liter. Brekrona diesel ensobo eye 13 Ghana cedis erekokosi 14.60 per liter. Ewo muse empeswa bi abeka ho ma Ghana petrol bo akosoro de nanso ni nyina mu no eye ade a Ghana franc bo daso ewo fom. Imbrembren sa wode Ghana franc obo a akosoro na eye 13.30 Ghana cedis per liter no eretoto amanone anase wiasa fana nyina imbrembren enen no eye 1.3 US dollars per liter na wei edi jumedi soronko ewo ikasem jumedi mu ehya amanfu nkuran ma eno nto boa e ma sede amanfu eto franco wo mere kakra atwam rototo ene nititiru eye march bosomene mu a akosoro yiye papa na wei ena global petrol prices edi atugo achirese e omuse franco obo ekosoro e ma ne boa amanfu ne temamufo de nanso adwumaku ahoro akese a won na wotu franco no e ya ade a ebe ha won dwumadi ahoro e won kro ahoro a enen wotu franco no emu na empempi no se franco obo ekofomo a eboa ama nyuma a enen wo oman Ghana mu ena efe sadia na ma bon so kosoro e wo sa amangni mu no e ya ade etimi gina ama amanfo ho etowon
Yewo asante mantem edumbo sabapro saimu digital address AK0187090 yentwa ye honkofa ya boafo nkrato yeba yebekwa kofa entertainment news
Shaba electricals ebusiafo empanyimfo se de ani hu ene edi hu adanse mosomfo na nafia kobi ma mepiemu wa ha e ka mini senkania papa se wo honumo wow enkania papa pani na se wankania papa se wo honumo ene na me kanfo Shaba electricals e de amount se wasi hotel wie na wo pe kania papa pa wo mu de eye Shaba electricals se wasi guest house wie na wo pe kania papa pa wo mu eye Shaba electricals ye was ceiling fine spotlight ye was CCTV cameras any de akika ho nyina ye will be ewa ha no mu sei dwumadie bi a wodi e fan kane ho de me kanfo Shaba electricals e de amount say baby a wo bia no bra ye bo ne de e da fam boko wo wa chichira e ma ne nya wa dwendwen ye hia no se oni e be di nkita ho ye de be ma ne e be package ni kama ne de amanu baby a wo bia Shaba electricals ye wo adum kumase aha no mu sei ene ye wo prisons ho no na me kire maternity sorry dan no ye no wo mo ene bo ho enti e ma ne nya nkwan tentene baby a wo bia fa numbers na etwa go screen ase no na frɛ ye Shaba electricals enkane apapapa omu fie ene ha.
As the sun rises each day, we wake up to a good life. A life that makes us healthy. the life that gives us strength. A life that gives us hope.
Adesmamba mema wajo ema wakwaba emre nijede kase so medide na nama intifu Ghana Methodist Church Choirs e wodwumedi bia wodi de tuntum yankopon a ye fe ne media aseda praise na Kumasi diocese ashase wodi wode na Kumasi diocese no so ochichem zone a na wotwe wie ye kosiada no zone C ene ne de ehihye so Enuechi ni egwopini dal Sasani music director Boshaba ebisa ne se media asida praise no kra ase ne sen.
So for the media person Methodist church pass and yes you media be a friend asida praise is a then me say maybe I will be free in church say I will do something and to talk for when nani see I come and to John yes how far so me hana the wedding I was na teaching and is we see no
Yekoria ewa America na Oscars 96 Oscar awards share so ewo ha what is share so no yenhwe omo a obo waba so ni bi.
And the Oscar goes to Emma Stone.
This is a second Oscar win and fifth nomination for Emma Stone. She took home her first Oscar for her leading performance in La La Land. She is the second woman to be nominated for acting and Best Picture for the same film.
And the Oscar goes to Cillian Murphy.
This is the first Oscar win and nomination for Cillian Murphy.
And the Oscar goes to Robert Downey Jr.
This is the first Oscar win for Robert Downey Jr. and his third nomination.
Emma Thomas, Charles Roman. What happened?
Oppenheimer has 13 nominations and has won 7 Oscars tonight for actor in a supporting role, film editing, cinematography, original score, actor in a leading role, directing, and best picture.
Yediesi me ko na me fa happy birthday ma honorable Kwame Amponsan or your presiding member Emma Amansia South District Assembly or Sanso and or assembly member ewo Manso Datono District Assembly and say Manso Datono Assembly area me fa happy birthday en family Yankopon hraw na onye kese Piesie Lardi area wa manone eni de na ma intifo ada wase amon no hwa abraw.
Yedamu nyina mu ase sabre yenko amanone ensem emo yeko America maino emo ne ekoidie owura Joe Biden oye omano mampanyin ene owura Donald Trump omienu na dibesi ani ewo abekto ana omampanyin akansi a US maino ebekono
Back to America man bekoso wa afimu no bibia de pefe se Democrat amanyuko no e de omampani Joe Biden na eba sanso na akọ Republican amanyuko na akane mampani Donald Trump na ejina amomo eno mu na ababetu da se wa America man abakosemu no e kame ase base mfia diosini we na beye bredi kan a enipa mienu a wonyina edi mampani pen sa ababe pre ohwe promise course na wo Democrat amanyuko no mu na ohwe ani mi se ne obedi kan enya 1968 enemu ena omampani Joe Biden enya 2099 emma okupima Republican amanyuko ni mu a na wo se ne obedi kan enya 1215 enemu ena omampani dada Donald Trump nso enya 1228 ye kan obi ama omampani Joe Biden de ababatu da se na ni age se osane akane omampani Donald Trump eba behia o warehemu se America man beto abanamon wasa ato an so amanako omampani Donald Trump nso ayi na no se ohwe an wo kire ekoso America man mu ne dia bibia de di pefe se a Republican amanyuko no ena bedi nkunim
na ensemo ayetete echese Bangladesh wo musuom hyen kese bia eno magumu nipa aduonu miensa ewomu akronfo a omuwiawia no ma ewo poso anase suom hyen so a broni from pirate ato acho wo mu ede wonum akosie
Enkran say free Red Sea and a Gulf of Eden eponoso ene say aboniphobia odi odwuma we poso no akwache cargo ship bia eye ko ibi bears 55,000 tons ena ewum enkran ni tremu a na ship yi efree Somalia memo a na niture United Arab Emirates eno mu ena nipa yi ekoka na wokwam a otimi age ship no ye nam so ama United Kingdom Maritime Trade Operations and penfor de kokobo ma ship ahodo a odi Juma fast sampotemo no say ehun akohia pa so obehwe no wahele bambo mefri say akwamkafuyi agiro ho sampotemo pa shape ahodo watu ani asi won so shape ahodo di juma Israel United States and United Kingdom ni nyina mu no onam so asra masekuba tan say onhwe say be ya obetimi ahele bambo ewo sa empotemo no
Yadin Samina Ebesiania de Asada ama Bosheba Electricals and Kania Papa headquarters. Why is Sahudo Cable Sahudo a Bosheba Electricals Usahua Bola Ventures and Awokoto. Yemfro was 0322 030838 0536 095 966. Na ye kai was say Ghana look alike and Jumediano Eco Socosiada and you reno Sebia Obia actually you bet me aye Cecilia Mafu the voice a sa kodi a draw so pa where nearly dear ebe of the obesity look alike no now what to abano Eddie Amano afe so the young minister and so Socosiada Corona no you know Oyerepa TV, Promise TV, so we be no to about our favorite contestant, and no and a man extra choir, or befaso a cast and panel, a choir befaso the gospel no, a call amanipa at once, ya nefe, and so we be an what our favorite contestant. Madam was Siminia Mosse, Mr. Regiment, you for 4 yet the air bremo a Oyerepa TV, so I wore a sentimentum, Bosheba Abrasemo, I wore a doom. Dominus Vobiscum. Eradiasum and the Piesie Lardi.